A player who's got a real hunger, who's got some real talent.
3 Julies, just to cut you off. I've never seen it before.
It's all right. 6 guns, I think that warrants.
Never seen it before.
Jason somewhere is having an immense grin right now on his face. Absolute Julies aficionado out there.
Jason with the grin and tonic.
Oh, that's pretty good. I like that. Anyway,
so yeah, 3D Max. I mean, 3D Max as a whole, I don't think they've found the amount. I just think that there were moments in their season where they should have done better and they haven't, and that was deflating. You know, the whole major circuit comes to mind. There were situations, multiple situations in which they could have made it to the opening stage that didn't pan out for them as well. So it's been rough. I think this would be an incredibly pivotal moment for them, and now they just have to seize moments like Pro League where they get to play on the big stage. And to be fair, playing fnatic for a spot in the playoffs is not a bad shout at all. So we have here the Julies you were talking about, 4 guns against 5, and you make the quick maths, and even though it's 2 players, that's going to be easy hold for 3D Max, who put fnatic in their place. That's the pistol round for 3D Max.
Yo, that was sick! Maniac, holy shit, you should be a play-by-play caster. That was fire.
I did my one, now you guys take it.
No, I mean, I don't know, I might just headset off, head in my hands. The best I've had all day was the Dupree thing that I said.
The Dupree meme we were doing the entire map. Well, there it is. 8 guns, and the pistol apparently is quite powerful, quite potent. The Zeus set up in towards a dark room, the Julie set up in towards A main, and they absolutely mow them down. That is a massive victory. No bomb planted. Means we've got the full eco now for fnatic, and they're greeted by Lucky's M4. He takes quite a lot of damage, though, through the smoke. Down to 67. The best you can really hope for here in this sort of round for fnatic, getting a bomb plant, of course. 1 kill would actually be pretty admirable, considering you've got Glocks, no utility, no armor.
That'd be pretty huge already. And a kill in the plan.
Also, your main objective now is just to bleed out utility. Every grenade that's thrown, that's $300 to $600, so you might as well just run down the clock, bait out those grenades.
And try to find an M4. Try to find an M4, right?
Yeah.
Don't die to an MP9. There's no need of flushing them with cash.
Yeah.
Just trying to find a rifle. It's not fun at all. But just avoid an MP9 just racking all in dollar bills.
I don't know. I think they should try and win this round personally. I know
wow,
it's a bit of a
groundbreaking theory right there. I like when you think outside the box.
Yeah. They're not going to, of course. It's an abrupt end. More dual Beretta madness setting in here as 3D Max put those pistols to work. I also like seeing Gravity with the FAMAS. A French gun for a presumably French man.
Presumably.
Presumably.
I know we just did the whole segment on them, but I am like a dog in a lot of ways, and I just forget things.
Do dogs forget things?
I live in the moment.
Is that one of the qualities of a dog? They forget things?
Dogs
I think they have a very short, short-term memories, like a few minutes and then basically resets.
They're smart, but they don't remember so good.
Are dogs smart?
They
kind of just doing things
they're
for
hella
food.
smart.
That's kind of
no, they're hella smart.
Kind of their thing.
No, that's insane.
Brother, no,
I can't actually come in with that take.
I have a husky, and I can tell you, my husky is hella smart. He outsmarts me all the time.
You trained him with food, though, and he's trying to outsmart you to get food.
Well, yeah, exactly.
But
he
also, they're descendants of wolves, man. Oh, Joko, no. Joko, oh no.
That's actually quite good.
That's so fire! Oh, and Mattis has cooked up a double. We'll get dropped by the exercise. We've all been there. Down on his knees, sweating. Wait.
Down on his knees and he's sweating. 2-on-2 now, Harrell tag in. We are going to see Afro tucked in the corner by Dark, and it's been overlooked. Easy kill, 2 versus 1. fnatic looking to get softs on the board as the bomb potentially transitioning over towards A. Are you okay over there?
Sorry.
No, you're not.
There was a lot happening in that round, just a lot of
He's on his knees, sweating, working hard. I don't even know where you're going with that.
Because of the exercise was what I meant. But
oh, okay.
Oh, it sounded more like I meant like fellatio and
yeah, no, exactly.
You really didn't need to address it. Yeah. It was good where it was. You didn't need to bring it back.
Oh, well, Lucky here. 1v2 and had a big moment.
He's got the incendiary. He can segregate the fights at the very least. But the thing is, they're both towards main. So, okay, that's actually kind of wild. If he defused it right now, there is a world.
He's got a kit. He's got the kit. Oh, it's not deep enough.
Not deep enough. Yeah, that was a world, I suppose. First round on the board, 2-1. 3D Max, though, do have enough cash for another investment. There will be some concessions to be made. Maka with 2K. Lucky under 4, but you can see absolutely bombarded by the utility. Joko scrambling to get the smoke down. Didn't quite happen for him, and Mattis, lovely.
Oh, that was an incredible double.
Yeah, really, really nice. And Body with the simple pickup towards the end. and finds fnatic there first. Very T-sided map, it has to be said. Maybe not as much as Overpass is CT-sided, but it's up there.
Yeah, I really think there's not that many teams that can show you how to be aggressive on the CD side of Anubis and being successful at it. Sure. I feel like a lot of teams sometimes look foolish when they try and be very aggressive.
Yo, okay, GG.
Well, that one took me off guard. So they try to be aggressive, that's what happened.
Yeah.
Just reset.
Well, we did speak to one of the tournament admins at the start of Pro League.
We did.
He did let us know that if no damage has been inflicted, if there is a problem, we can reset the round. And that's what's happened there, I believe. We'll get confirmation. It looks to be a case. Technical issue. If no damage is done, we can go right back into it and restart the round. Science has come a long way.
Everybody's got some time to take a deep breath. Harry.
Yeah, just
center ourselves.
Yeah, let's calm down.
Back into
I got a bit rambunctious.
What did you guys think about the whole chess situation? Did I make a fool of myself?
No,
it was okay?
No, don't worry about it, man.
Well,
you played well. You played versus...
we don't know enough to see how much of a fool you were. So you're safe.
Enough. Yeah, the thing is, he's like 2,500 ratings. To give you some sort of insight there, that's like a FPL player.
Yeah,
like
talk to us in Faceit terms. That's what Blizz did,
like
Techno did with us.
A high-level FPL player, like someone in the top 20, playing against like a DMG matchmaking player, which is where I'm at. I'm above average. I'm better than most people. I have like
what are you in Faceit levels in chess?
Or like a level 7 maybe.
Level 7?
6. No, that's maybe generous. Maybe level 6 or 5. Like I'm better than like your average like public player in Counter-Strike, but like matchmaking, I'm like DMG. I'm hanging out, having fun. I've learned some execute. I've learned some smokes. I've learned some flashes.
What's the best unit in chess?
The Queen, famously, I think. Yeah.
Not even that.
What about the horses?
The horses are beneath the bishop, in fact. So although they're worth the same amount of points, people value the bishop higher than the knights.
The bishop is the one that moves diagonally, right?
Exactly. Good knowledge. You should play chess. It's fun. It's actually a lot of similarities you can pull from CS as well.
It's funny. So here, guys, you have to extend me some leeway. I learned chess in French. Yeah. So when I was a kid, right?
Sure.
And I'm just realizing you call it a bishop.
Is it different?
No, but the names are different. You call it a bishop, the one that goes diagonally. We call it the crazy one.
The crazy one.
Le fou.
That's what we said.
Le fou.
That's like a direct translation? Or?
Yeah, I guess so. In a medieval context, it would have been the jester, maybe the one. That's that we've been going for it.
Yeah, so that's the bishop, and like he was bashing my bishop all day long. He was owning me. Like I play this system called the London system, which is like a set piece sort of gameplay. So I'm playing the same thing, and I'm reacting to his movements, but I have a game plan at the very start. His eyes lit up as soon as he saw me drop my first 3 moves. I knew it was over.
He knew the beast bit was coming. He saw it small.
He started laughing as I have like 2 or 3 little fake variations of his setup. And like I knew as soon as I made my like kind of commitment to the play, and he made the perfect move without even thinking about it. Normally, like good players will take like 30 seconds to think about that move. He just instantly locked me down. I knew I was done for.
I've just been checking the mailbag. Here's a great one, and I think we could all we can all weigh in on this. So the topic was "Don't say my name." How have GF ? Hey to the EPL guys. Love your casting. Keep up the good work. I'm a 2nd-year guy in university and I can't for the life of me find a significant other. Do you have any tips on how to get a girlfriend, or if not, how to cope?
So
I feel like many CS players will need this advice. Anyhow, thank you.
So what road do we take this? Do we take the funny one, or we take the serious and deep one?
We can do both.
Who wants to take the funny part?
I would say my advice would be you're in your 2nd year of university. You don't need to be in a long-term relationship. Enjoy yourself socially. Grow as a person. Don't lock yourself down to someone that you potentially won't work out with. The likelihood is you're not going to marry this person. You're not going to be with them if you're 19 years old. So I'd say don't worry about it too much. If you do find the one, great. But don't force the issue.
Yeah, I have a similar view on it. I just think that the word selfish has a bad reputation, whereas I do think people need a healthy amount of selfishness in order to connect with other people, right? So first of all, make sure that you have a great life in which you thrive and you are happy about it. You are at the center, you are your own priority, you do whatever it is that makes you happy. And then when that happens, you are going to naturally connect with people that share some of the interests that make you happy. You don't have to force it. If you do, that means you're compensating for some sort of issue that anyway is going to end up biting you in the ass. So the person that you need to make happy first is you. Once that is done, and you don't need a GF or any significant other you want to have, suddenly you're going to have interesting people gravitating to you.
Yeah.
So you have to love yourself before you can love others,
100%,
right? Yeah,
yes.
I like that. That's good advice.
Yeah, and I
You
think
have
a couple of
to.
good points.
just
there.
keep it kind of, like, keep it casual. You don't have to go out, like, looking for this goal,
No,
right?
yes.
Like, just
You can
interact with
connect with
people,
people.
and see what happens.
Exactly.
I like that. Good responses,
Wow, I
guys.
think
Right.
we've
Agony
nailed
answered
that.
well.
I
So,
mean-
we got anything else?
Yeah, we got lots of stuff.
This is a severe technical issue. So
It's okay. We are talking about severe issues and gravest or deepest issue in life. That's great. That's a good moment to do so as well.
It's the perfect moment to do it. It's very
While
poetic.
keyboards are being changed or whatever the hell is happening, I'm not exactly sure.
Oh, we're doing
Throttle
bottle flips
flip.
over there.
It's a bit of a steam issue. We're just
Steam.
fed the information. We'll keep you guys, of
Get
course,
some more
updated.
coal in the furnace.
Okay, this is one from Bowler Madman.
Okay, good name.
If you had to change one result at a Tier 1 event, which would it be?
Can't remember any results, so Matt, you
One
can take
result.
this one.
Wow. Well, I mean, I can either take the lazy route and go recency bias, or I can try and really dig deep into my memory and
Do that.
on a personal level, on a very personal level.
You would have
I
beat
would go back
Sponge.
to no. that loss meant nothing in my life. I actually regularly forget
That's
about
his
it
crowning
until he
achievement,
reminds
man.
me. I regularly forget about it. In fact, every day I forget about it until he reminds me. But to be fair, I think the semi-final loss against NIP in Cologne 2014, that's a 16-14 loss on the third map of the semi-final of the major.
That
I'll
stings.
probably have that one back.
Did you have that kind of crippling feeling in your stomach for like a week that it was so close yet so far?
Well, I don't know if it's TMI, but I was personally suffering from severe anxiety disorder at the time, and I had severe panic attacks during that game. It was not
the
great
game,
during
bro.
the game. Yeah, it was really rough. It wasn't a good time in my life at the time.
So you couldn't focus on the
I
game
had moments
whatsoever?
where I was basically feeling all of the syndromes of a heart attack, basically. Well, that's not happening, of course. It is a panic attack after all.
Yeah.
So if I could,
Damn.
I would probably try to have that map again and have a different outcome. But I ended up
I
where
wish
I
for
am
that
now.
as well. I want Mania to have a second game.
Yeah, that's all.
Let's run that game
change.
back.
Okay,
Let's
we'll
organize
make it
replay
happen. That
Let's
can be our
replay
show.
it.
man.
We bring
Fly
all of the
everywhere.
LDLC players, but just not Kaylee. He can burn in hell for what it's worth. But for what it's worth,
He can die.
we can bring someone else in. Maybe let's have this game again, right? Let's have a good time.
Yeah, I like that. Okay, this one's less of a question, honestly, but we've still been given it nonetheless. This is from Reese. The subject is, hi, I'm watching this while taking a shit. Also, shout out to my nephew, Paul Danino.
Okay,
So
full name?
Take
Yeah,
that
full
one,
name in that
Harry. Where
one.
do we go with this?
I don't know.
Just shout out. I hope it was
I hope you
nice.
cleaned up.
Yeah.
Hope you washed your hands.
Hope the bowel movements went fine.
Shout out to your nephew.
Sten said, can we all cast one round in a Scottish accent real quick?
I can't trust myself to
Yeah,
do an
I
accent
don't-
without
I don't
You
know.
offending
could probably
people.
do a Scottish accent, Harry. You're a very
According
talented young man.
to my DNA results, mate, I'm 51% Scottish.
51, you're
I'm actually
overwhelming
more
majority,
Scottish
okay.
than English.
Wow, 51%.
That's a lot, isn't it?
That is, yeah.
Told my dad, he looked
Almost half.
mortified. He's not Scottish.
So yeah, how does that work?
But anyway, that's for me to submit to the EPL mailbag, and maybe we can break that one down.
Have you only done one of those DNA tests?
Yeah.
Just did it once? What if you did like 3 different companies?
Well, because I've heard they all give this different results.
Exactly.
Because it's all
Really?
like
You just wanna believe.
it's all like pretend, black magic. Like
Is that
I
really
think it's pseudoscience.
I've never
Yeah.
done it. I was hoping there was actually some science to it. I've never
No,
done
it's
it.
pseudoscience. I don't think there's any way of telling that.
No,
like,
I'm
I'm
actually
sure
kinda
it's like
sad.
there's something to it. I'm not sure it's all nonsense, but the fact that every different company will give you a different result suggests it's all a bit
Yeah.
silly. That's all. So, anything else,
Kind of
Harry?
deflating. I was hoping it was something. There was something to it.
I've never heard of anyone do it and actually get anything tangible or
Alright.
interesting out of it, really.
Fair
It's
enough.
all just a bit like you have to pay like £50.
What is kind of cool, I don't know if you guys can do that. In Switzerland, depending on your family name, you can sort of retrace where you're from, because the
That makes sense,
families
yeah.
have like cores in some of the regions. But now I feel like Harry's got another one. He's got the grid.
Yeah,
It's
so
just like a
this is
banger.
one that I've been requested to read out.
Okay.
So the subject is, this is from David. I'll go with either. It's a W in the middle, but
All right.
there's some leeway on the pronunciation there. I'm sorry if I got it wrong. The subject is I love Harry, which is kind of sick, isn't it? Hey guys, I am an Astralis fan. I have a few Astralis jerseys. My dog's name is Device. That's kind of epic. I'm not even Danish, and it hurts to see this team lose time and time again. But guess what? It doesn't matter. Device Goat Bro will outbro everybody. Stabby Duo have dirt for the whole CS2 scene. Astralis win Pro League. This is all in caps in one sentence. But in all seriousness, now
Okay, fair enough.
so now we're going back
We're
to
back. Okay.
Tell me why you think Astralis makes to playoffs and why Device is the GOAT of CS. I care for all my casters, Harry, Hugo, Henry G, Maniac, Alex, Sponge, Moses. And that's why I sent an email to this mailbag. Probably the only person in the world who's done this. Guys, at this point, we are basically friends. You love me, I love you. You can't let me down, boys. You got to get Device to commentate at least one game.
He's done it a couple of times. I think Device will probably join us.
That would be great.
I think we could get him. Yeah, all right, let's leave it there. The game's about to go live.
The game is back.
I will try and get you Device. I will try my
best. Also, if you want to send us a little thing, it's eplmailbag@efg.gg. There we go.
Send anything.
Literally anything. Well, we will read out.
Okay.
Almost anything.
Within reason.
Yeah.
Within reason.
There are limits.
Yes.
But literally anything within limits.
Broadcast-friendly limits. Anyway, let's get into it. What's the team's 3D Max fnatic? That's right. It's been a wild technical issue, and we are going to see 3D Max lose the previous round. It's fnatic looking to find a couple in a row. We are going to see the auto shotgun in the hands of Lucky. Maka on the 5-7. It's a pretty desperate round in terms of the buy as we go through the motions of getting A main control here. Push the CTs back, deny that vision, and that smoke especially makes things stifling on the A side of the map. We'll see if there's any sort of CT reaction to come through as fnatic playing quite a passive and flat default right now. Not really taking too much of the territory as the bomb. Oh, that smoke has not gone in a position.
I was going to say, this isn't part of the plan.
No, that's certainly not. He wanted to smoke hard to middle, I believe, but it's not going to work out.
fnatic is making the right call currently. There's only 2 defenders on that B side. They're really low on utility as well. In fact, there's only 1 flash on Joku, so it's going to be duels or nothing. Broken angle or nothing.
Last time he was here, he burnt alive. Forced out by the molly. Joko gonna deal with the first man in, but end of the line after that one. Maka doing what he can in response, but it doesn't matter. KRIMZ and Mattis have made quick work of these B-side players. And now KRIMZ turns his attention back towards the water. He gets the info on Exercise. Didn't spot Lucky, so there's still one unknown factor, and that might throw the timing through a bit of a loop here. But to slow down, it seems like 3D Max don't want to attempt this. 2-on-3, they don't feel good. They don't favor the odds here, so they're just going to back out and save.
It was always going to be a difficult round there. The auto shotgun, the 5-7, lack of utility. Even with a couple of missed smokes there from fnatic, it's a pretty comprehensive victory in the end with 3 players surviving. You're saving the shotgun, you're saving the M4, your loss bonus is nowhere near established, getting $1,900 into the next round. So might as well hold on to the rifle. You've got an incendiary and a smoke as well, but pretty decent B execution, so they create themselves a nice path.
Yeah, I mean,
flames.
The utils from fnatic is pretty great, and I think they had a very good paving and spacing between the players just to make sure they had the trade on Joko as well. But there's something I dislike about CTs in obviously a dire situation when it comes to util, trying to play the whole map.
Yep.
Do you have to play 2-1-2? Do you have to? Or why can't you not just play 1-1-3, and then if you pick the wrong bomb site, you just save? Yeah. It's fine. You're going to be moving to the next round. You're going to have util as well. That's what I think some other international teams at the top level, they do better.
You go up and tell them. Just say, lads, I've got to... Have you considered this?
The numbers have to add up to 5 there. That's the important part, right?
Yeah, always. 1-1-3.
That
2-1-1.
5-0-0.
5-0-0, yeah.
Where would you put your 5 then? A or B?
Everyone always goes B.
Everyone
always goes B. All right.
B never fails.
Well,
is this technical again?
It is hopefully just a small one. But we have. I mean, honestly,
the mailbag is never far away.
The mailbag is rammed. I'm hearing that we're running out of
block.
We're running out of room.
Trying to intimidate each other right there. We got some intimidation going on. It's actually working.
We haven't seen anyone really go at it yet.
No,
like
but they're giving each other some signals. They speak French with the eyes. Don't worry.
Okay.
I'm fluent in eye language.
Well, if you're not aware here at EPL, for the first time ever, we do have kind of opposing sides of the server. You can see your opposition. You're about, like 5 meters away from them.
Yeah,
so
you could even hear
screaming,
each other.
If you're shouting, it's going to get picked up.
I think Chad said it was 1.3 Chad.
1.3 Chads.
I think that's
all right. Okay, that's like
1.4 Chad or something.
That's like 2.5 meters. 2.5 meters maybe.
That's about what? 7 feet.
Yeah, about 7 feet.
Well, maybe they exaggerate. Maybe that was to the glass. It was probably to the glass, which is in the middle. I'm looking at it from here.
I think 5 meters, I would say.
People don't know this about
that's definitely
Chad.
More than that. It's about 5 meters. I guess you're right.
Was this Chad with his special shoes on, the ones that make him taller? Because he's actually only 5'8". Like
the lifties, when they go I might get some of those. I'm like 6'1".
I get advertised them all the time.
Yeah, same, literally all the time. I'm like 6'1". I thought it'd be pretty cool to be 6'3", though.
Yeah,
it would. I just get a couple of inches.
I want to get stilts. I'm always looking for more inches too.
Stilts.
Anything to give me an edge.
Dude, you've got an edge.
Little
I like this.
over there.
Nice.
Look at this. It's also very like, ooh, down.
Is this the 5-0-0 strategy as well?
This is the 5-0-0.
Yeah.
But
is.
they have not listened to Harry.
Yeah.
Harry said everybody goes B.
Well,
Good point.
they have
were
lost
so
the
right
round on
until
that.
the very last moment of the decision.
Mark my words, this is ended on B.
All right.
I don't even think I have to say
the
anything.
Harry certification live on air. fnatic just going through the motion, trying to assert where the danger is. It's been very quiet on the map, so
It's going B.
someone is going to get a little curious, and judging by the movement on the bomb as well as Buddy joining forces with kyuubii, it does look like Harry is once again correct.
I mean, they should...
It must hurt to walk around with such a big brain.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It is painful. My neck is scuffed as a result. I don't know, man. It's just obvious, isn't it? Like, there's 2 letters on the alphabet in this map.
There's 2 letters in the alphabet.
Harry, on
That's not
any
a quote I
map,
expected to
on any
hear.
map, there's 2 letters in the alphabet.
Yeah,
On
and
any
so,
map.
I don't know. Recency bias says you go to B. Because you go A, B.
See.
Well, I hope we never get that.
Do you reckon we'll have a map with 3 bomb sites?
Imagine putting a 3rd bomb site in your game. That's actually mad.
know.
Like,
A 3rd
Don't
bomb
knock
site.
it till you try it, you know, to maybe be open-minded. I don't know.
but
They did,
imagine.
well, they did it in Valorant. That's just saying. Don't know if that was a joke you were
he did the
making.
work.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's
You alluded
exactly
to?
what he was trying to.
Okay,
That's
all
where
right.
he was going.
All right, fair enough. I don't know. I don't think it's the worst idea necessarily. Could work.
How would you even
don't
play
know.
it though? Because then you can't go 1-1-3. It would be, well, you could.
You can.
Go 1-1-1-1-1. This is
5 bomb
5 bomb
sites.
site.
That's called
5-on-5 battle
It's a
royale.
unicorn round as well.
No way. Is it the first unicorn round of the tournament? I have no way of knowing, but we'll say it is.
It's day
say
2.
it
It's
is.
day 2, so I would say the probability is pretty.
Yeah, we got
it's pretty up there.
the B stream though. I haven't seen a single B stream game. Like, that's always going on when we're here.
That's correct.
So maybe there's
It
been
is
a few
live.
unicorn. If you're not sure what the unicorn round is, it means when no one dies in a round of Counter-Strike. Very rare. You don't see it every day at least. But here on day 2 it's happened.
Yeah. It's like a real unicorn in that sense because,
Is it though?
well, yeah, because we've all seen one at some point, right? Like,
Where was the last time you saw one?
probably, if I could remember, I think it was like 2017. So,
Yeah,
like, we're
I was
going
gonna say,
back. a
I
while.
remember you
Right.
mentioned
I
it, yeah.
think, if anything, they're kind of like the bees, you know, like they used to be everywhere, but now it's few
Are
and
there no
far
more
between.
bees?
Well, there's still some.
Bees are
doing
extinct.
God's work.
Surely, if bees are extinct, we are effed. Let's just put it out there. Bees should never be
I
extinct.
think they're vital to our ecosystem.
It'd be really complicated for us as a
Allegedly,
species.
that's
Allegedly.
what
Oh my
Big
God.
B
Big
wants
B.
you to believe.
Big B, big honey. Let's get back into it. It's fnatic dictating the money. As we will see a full gun round here. Auto shotgun save in the previous round. Haven't seen many shotguns this tournament. They've kind of gone out of fashion. No one's really dropping them in too often these days. Lucky took on the partial buy, now has to operate with it in the gun round. And it's more of the same, to be honest with you. I've got a player rotating over towards B to bolster the defense over there. It's Maka coming in from Temple. With the bombs down in T-spawn, essentially. So just trying to feel out the CT, see what they're up against, work out whether there's any sort of aggression. And no damage inflicted thus far. Smoke down towards B main.
It's very reasonable opening for both teams. Very gentlemanly as well, way to approach. Just quite steady. Now, 3dmax playing with the vantage number on the B side, trying to get for the aggression. That's Joker giving away his life. The alligator comes in, crocking. Body is being eaten.
Maka's still standing down here. He wants to linger around a little bit longer, but Mattis will uproot him with this Molotov if he didn't decide to leave already. So fnatic have kind of restricted the information that you're able to get from B if you're 3dmax, and you don't know what's happening in mid now either. They've split this defense up 2-2, and they're kind of stuck in their ways in that regard, right? They haven't been able to push for any info yet, so they're just hoping that someone can offer up a multi here on the push, and fnatic have their eyes set on the A play. They've also got kyuubii coming in through middle.
That's a good Molotov. It's going to be about 16 seconds when they can activate, and then it's going to be the shotgun fest.
Right into this saved XM. There's
Here we
more
go.
from Lucky. He's on for one hell of a round. 3 kills on the back of that shotgun. And Exercise is there to get the final killing blow. fnatic locked out of that round at the hands of the auto shotty.
Dude, if you got that 3rd kill, that'd be one of the most goated shotgun clips ever. That was in a full gun round, perfectly positioned, like, it could have been 3 for 3. Oh, he actually got one at the start of the
Got
round
the
as well.
triple kill.
Bro, okay,
It's
maybe
up
it is
there.
one of the best auto shotgun rounds I've seen. Not really sure if that's important to him, but He
Well,
won
that
the round.
means something.
Yeah, it's something. You don't really have too many highlight moments, and that's certainly one of them. As we go 3-3, KRIMZ feeling the pressure now as they do have a 1 buy left. But you can see the money is strapped going forward. We are going to have the AK-47 in the hands of Exercise. How do you say it in French again? Exercice?
Exercice.
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 Exercice. Does it mean exercise?
It does mean that.
Okay, good.
Yeah, it would mean that.
Ooh, Lucky in middle. Puts on a bit of a show, and with support from Maka, fnatic, they've got no leg to stand on in this round.
Yeah, that's a very good read from 3D Max as well. It had been a couple of rounds where mid had been completely either left abandoned or just defended with one player. That was lucky with the shotgun last round. And that's a great adjustment to know if you are the leader, if you're Macam right now making that decision, you know middle might have been identified as a possible liability, and then boom, you make that double rifle setup right here, and they absolutely mow down the offense from fnatic. So 3D Max here in a very fortunate position, a possibility to win with 5 players alive. That is, if Afro cannot find that AWP opening kill. He does onto Joko. A little curious. That's going to be a 4v2.
Should be fine, though, as they rotate Maka over towards the beach/CT spawn area. If the bomb gets planted with that smoke going down, things can be a little bit more uncomfortable. Nice incendiary load to buy themselves 7 seconds to rotate over. They're feeling like it is going to be a B commitment here, and that secures the round. KRIMZ won't be able to do much of this. Segregated out of the bomb site. C4 on his back, and time is running very thin indeed. 25 seconds now, as he might just be looking to save the AK-47. Looking to see if there's any inquisitive CTs, but he is surrounded. He'll be going down to the hands of Exercise momentarily. There we have it. 4-3, they take the lead on the CT side.
We're talking about a map that is ever so T-sided.
Yep.
That's an excellent position to be in if you're 3D Max.
Yeah, and
I'm loving this.
Completely shut down the cache as well. Should be 5-3, no problem at all. I don't think you can really justify a partial investment here either. Your loss bonus is
No, I don't think you do. I think you save everything you can.
You have to go full eco. Maybe a P250 or 2. That would be it.
Is kyuubii actually on 0 ADR? I think I caught a glimpse of that. I think he's on 0.
Yes, he is.
That's 7 rounds into the game.
You haven't even landed a bullet or a grenade.
Like not even like an accidental damage.
Yeah, that's actually kind of wild.
Oh my, come on.
kyuubii
This is now. This is the round. That's
Less
the round
ADR than KRIMZ has mages.
You're not wrong.
Yeah.
He's an asshole, but he's not wrong.
Well, hopefully kyuubii can pick it up, because he looked good the other day for fnatic.
Yeah, he did have a good series against me,
Yeah.
right?
So having him be not even just a little quiet, fully silent thus far is far from ideal. So let's root for him and hope he can get the ball rolling here. Exercise will ruin his round.
Looking to stretch his legs here, Harry. As he will be mowing them down. It's a little bit more expensive than you might like, but it gets the job done.
That was a really clean sequence. Like, that's an anti-eco round, so you can't be like, oh, it's the best play I've ever seen. But I know those were some clinical shots. Even the flick up to the guy jumping, clean headshots across the board.
Yeah, he's 12-1 right now. Sure, a few eco frags in there, but only 1 death conceded. And got the AK-47 to bring to that next round as well. It's going to be a tactical timeout, the first from fnatic, and you can see that lovely sequence Harry was describing, well positioned, well handled, and it is going to be fnatic now in another rough spot. They took the full eco so they could have somewhat of a buy here. Getting into that next round, you can see the coaches behind. Kita, do you know the name of the 3D Max coach? I don't know.
That would be Wasink.
There we go. Is he a former pro?
He played Counter-Strike.
Yeah,
I don't think professional really qualifies, although I might get attacked. Maybe he did get a contract at the time, but let's just say not like tier 1 experience at the very top. But he did play Counter-Strike.
Fair enough. I think it's the same for Kita. So they're even in that level.
3D Max as well have Malek in their ranks right now, consulting for them a little bit.
That's cool.
He
was, wasn't he in EG for a while?
He was a little bit as well, that's correct. Obviously in G2 coaching staff for a while, but we get back to it as Gravity looks to get that double kill towards the middle. Beautiful stuff. Like he's completely blind. The Magten's going to close the gap on him.
Exercise, top performer, but knocked out of this round. They will deal with him, but can they take it any further? Gravity's out on an island. And now KRIMZ cooks up the reply. fnatic have flipped the script on this one, and it's just Joko left. Out from the heavens, he's going to deal with body. Given the fight to KRIMZ, does a lot of damage, and KRIMZ is still fighting for this control. On a heater of a round right now is KRIMZ, but he will finish the job. Low on HP and a 3K out of him. KRIMZ is looking damn good.
You see the way he plays it as well, as asserts his dominance. I'm not hiding from you. I'm not falling back. I'm not going to hold an angle you're going to predict here. I'm going to stand in the middle and wait for you to make a mistake here. And a 1 versus 1, the bomb down. He holds his nerve, and that's a massive round for fnatic to pick up.
Yeah, that's really well played from KRIMZ, because just from a geometrical standpoint, he's going to see the character before. He's going to see them all before. He's so far from the angle. He knows he's going to have the opportunity to at least get a shot
Land
off.
the first bullet.
Exactly. He's going to land the first bullet. Very likely low HP on either side. They knew it. So KRIMZ, absolutely, you say establishing dominance. I like the way you put it.
Yeah, just displaying that veterancy there, as we will get into a very important round number 10 here. 1 round game, 5-4, as fnatic claw their way back into it. 3D Max still have a buy available. Maka on the AWP, but you can see they've got 3 players without helmets. Normally not that significant, but the Galils now become extra potent in those 1v1 duels. Need to watch out for it. As you do see, initial utility deployed towards middle. Afro waiting for the duel at A main. Exercise doesn't fancy it. Falls off as the smoke dissipates.
Yeah, again with that side-centric defense, no one in middle for 3D Max. Going to see the move in from Jocko, but the flash wasn't good enough. He just walks into the line of sight of Mattis, gifting away the 5v4.
And they're even starting to tiptoe back through water, looking like they want to rejoin up over here on A, knowing that they've put pressure on the B site. This is a nice move from Gravity, at least. He's trying to give them a little bit of room to maneuver here, taking info and a kill with this push. They spot body walking A, and so that's something now for 3D Max to go off of, and fnatic might try and change the plan. They've got to come back and get this bomb. Missed shot from Maka. And fnatic, do they completely up and leave this A play? That's what they were moving towards. Instead, they try to go back B, but a missed flashbang. Not going to get punished yet. Not going to get punished right away. Maka given a chance to fire off with the orb, and that baits them into Gravity. This is good trading thus far from 3D Max as the contact plays between each player in the site there. And that's how they found round number 6.
Great synergy and comms there from 3D Max. Didn't look flustered, didn't look panicked whatsoever. They knew exactly what they were up against. Sure, a missed flash from fnatic, but didn't really have an outcome on the round there whatsoever. But they had great crossfire. fnatic didn't even get a look in to planting the bomb.
And you used the word composure for 3D Max. I feel like fnatic was the antithesis of that, right? As soon as they suffer from the kill from Gravity and Cave, they kind of squandered. They're not exactly sure where they want to go. I think they got into their own heads. They thought, holy hell, they know we're going A. That's it. We have to cancel the call. We have to go back to the B side. And they had to do it very loud, very clear on their direction. It's been heard by 3D Max as well. They had time to reposition as well. The Molotov from the AWP, from Maka into Cave, forced them to just completely all in through the Cave position, and then Gravity was in position as well. That was great from 3D Max. In control, they send back fnatic to the realm of the economical dessert.
Yeah, and it's once again full eco territory. A hero Galil, you don't see many of those. We'll see what he can make of it. Gonna be Mattis with that. Glocks otherwise. I think a Deagle for KRIMZ. That is about it. So hopefully get a bomb plant here. It's the final round coming up next as well. In terms of loss bonus, they should be getting a decent amount, 2,400. So a bomb plant would be very welcomed indeed to maybe bring out the AWP. But here's the boost for the Galil. They can find an opening frag into space. That would be fantastic. Lucky one step ahead of it, though. Absolutely destroys Mattis with the pre-fire.
Yeah, I got to say, the individuals for 3D Max are looking really switched on right now. I know Joker's kind of floating down towards the bottom of the board, but everyone else is like really lights out in some of these fights. It just looks clean mechanically. There's a lot to appreciate. Lucky even throwing himself back into a mid-fight there. Doesn't want to risk being that first domino to fall to let fnatic back into the round, so he's going to call for some assistance. And they hear the tag in the molly. Full blind. Lucky still locks in that kill. No love for his old friend in body.
Really nice round for 3D Max. Couldn't have been better, really. That incendiary, like he said, gives a sound cue, even while fully blind. Can just spray the corner, guaranteed frag, and Afro. There'll be no bomb plant here. He's just hoping he can maybe still 1 kill away, but that's going to be 3D Max setting themselves into a half victory here on the CT side. That is quite significant.
Excellent.
If they can get 8-4 on a CT side of Anubis, that's huge.
Mattis was essentially as well, like he was playing for the AK in this round. Like if he gets a kill on the Galil, he's got AK and armor, no issue in the follow-up, but now he's going to be relegated down to a Galil and armor, maybe him and kyuubii exchange, but these are like little little repercussions from that hero gun round buy that just leave you more strapped into this next round. You're not going to have everything you need here if you're Fnatic. And so the stage is set, really, for a dominant CT half out of 3D Max.
I'm a little bit surprised that Fnatic haven't attempted to put more pressure on the B side. I feel like we started this game with a very clean execute on B. We talked about how they had the right utility, they had a good path as well, entering, the spacing was great in trade. And then that profile of round just didn't transpire anymore. It just didn't happen anymore. And maybe they overcomplicated things just a little bit. They allowed 3D Max with these mid-round plays to regain information. We're going to have to see.
It's going to be interesting when they've smoked the T steps at the start of the round. We'll see whether it's going to have any sort of effect on their aggression. CT's maybe looking to probe towards that window in middle. No damage inflicted, kyuubii.
1 ADR.
No way.
He's got one now?
He's got one.
I was so scared he would end up on 0. I didn't dare to bring it up. I didn't dare.
I haven't seen that before. Like 0 to 1
And if
ADR.
anything, it's non-generous rounding as well. He's got 21 damage total over 12 rounds. They should round up. They're doing kyuubii dirty.
Petition for it. 2 ADR, please.
Another opening frag here. 3D Max in the final round of this first half. They put on a bit of a CT clinic here on Anubis. Everything working in their favor. Barely any utility left on the T side, and this B bomb site has been a bit of a fortress. Once they come in, it's always this incendiary. As soon as they're detected, they'll drop the incendiary down, segregate the players. Now Body has to frag out. They're walking into the Lion's Den once again.
Yes, he's on the board, kyuubii! Let's go! It's just the one and done, and that's not going to be enough to win the round. 3D Max on a runaway CT side, sit up 8-4.
Touching on me, I'm winning so good. Go write that check, cause I'm feeling too much confidence on that heavyweight flex. I've been earning and working, everybody want this. I'm untouchable, stacked up, Greek god. I got the thunder and lightning, energy rush. I've been winning and winning since the day I was made. Bet you wanna be like me. I'm always on top of the game. Ain't never gonna touch second place. Nah, never. I'm always on top of the game. You know that I win, that I win, that I win, that I win. I was born to be bad, so go 100%. Cause all I do is win and win and win and win. You already
Welcome back, gamers. ESL Pro League Season 19, Day 2, Game 2 here on the A stream. We've got 3D Max versus fnatic, and the latter are down on their knees begging for some rounds here in the second half as we get into that CT campaign here on Anubis. It's currently 8-4. They're going to try the dual elites out themselves. We had 8 guns of 3D Max in their pistol round, but it's going to go with 7 here this time and see whether fnatic can answer back. They need this pistol, Matthew.
They absolutely do. It's been complicated for them. 6 rounds lost out of the last 7, so they're out of steam. Their wind is quite gone. The ship is stale on the water. Nothing is really happening for fnatic. And the 5 Frenchmen up against them are so hot and ready. The baguette is in the oven. Everything is needed. Everything is ready. All you need is a little bit of strawberry jam on top of that, and you have a fine morning in South France.
Jam.
You've never done that strawberry jam on top of the baguette. South France by the water. Life is great.
No, bro, I'd like a little bit of meat in my sandwich, if you know what I mean.
Well, you do what you got to do.
I don't even know what I mean. I don't know what I mean. But it sounded good.
No, we know what you mean. And that's all that matters.
Very slow round, fortunately.
Yeah,
I feel like
it.
you hit such a high note on the introduction of that round.
Exactly.
And then
this is always the dream, right? We've always been like, you're going into an arena game. Let's get it on, shall we? And then just the slowest default ever. Oh, well, just take it.
Or into a tech issue's the worst.
Yeah,
I've done that so many times. I've like absolutely full sent it, blown my vocal cords out, and then it's an ego.
They have no idea.
Tech issues.
They have no idea.
Look at Afro. Oh my God. Oh, Afro.
Oh, he just missed out.
He has got the round in the palm of his hand right here. Now, Afro, just look right. That's all you have to do. Oh.
Barely hits him either. The USP can do you like that sometimes.
Okay, it's fine. Body's still in a good position here. Body's still in a good... Yeah, well, Lucky will get the better of him, but it's all well and good because here's the backstab arriving. Oh, well, they're both dead. Joko's down with that cleanly, and that's the pistol round, ladies and gentlemen. 3D Max will run away with it.
That is wild. The missed shot, the USP does that sometimes, right? In the back, it's the hardest shot sometimes.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think if you're Afro in that situation, you want to take the shot, but what you could have done is just give the information and follow them. I know it's hindsight is always 20/20, but if you feel like you're in a situation where the miss is very likely to happen because they're just at the end of the corner, give the information out, follow them, make sure all of the defense shifts quietly, and then you just haven't waited for the trap. When you get that shot, you send the signal to 3D Max that you gotta get a move on. You know that they are behind you. And that's where 3D Max really picked up the pace. Body in his position got absolutely wrecked. And so did fnatic in this round. That is now 3D Max 3 rounds away from a W here.
Yeah, that would be a massive win. It's their map pick, to be fair. What's
yeah,
the second
I was going to say,
map,
it's the first map, right? I kind of lost track of how many maps we're on.
Second map, Ancient.
There it is. Thanks very much. Production. Yeah. Overpass closed things out. And a bit of fnatic Angel. I feel the 3 maps is on the cards here. This should be a good series. fnatic is still warming up, admittedly. A few players absent. kyuubii, 1-13, needs to really have a sensational half to recover his Anubis game here. We are going to see the buy come through, though. Not much of a bonus round. 3D Max losing a couple of players en route. 2 Galils. And a nice boost. Normally good for a frag or 2, that position, but got to dismount.
Oh,
and Joker's already in. Yeah, they have no idea.
They never know.
Nice work, kyuubii. We'll take that.
There we are.
Take that all day long.
On the board early to open up this second half is kyuubii. And an early man advantage for fnatic in this first gun round. Now, Gravity might not have as many reps as the rest of the squad here, but he's been giving it some sauce across this game. You've seen him getting animated in the player cams, you've seen him yelling down the line, and he's got the numbers to back it up. I feel like he's having a real glow-up here.
But all of a sudden, that one frag shifts around entirely. There's still a minute on the clock. The 5-on-4 you had, the Inquisitive push towards middle. Okay, made up for in the air. Mattis, nice kill. They needed that, but they've got 2 players that are the walking wounded right now. kyuubii and Afro. Down to 20 health between them. And 45 seconds. Got some dark control. Molotov deployed. And still 2 smokes. 3 actually to work with. They can try and get a bomb plant here.
kyuubii is alone on the B side. I don't think he can try and put any kind of resistance right now. He's got really low HP. He's going to have to play the numbers game. He's got just that off angle. If someone tried to cross without the smoke, but it's going to be put down by Lucky. A few shots. That's very dangerous to play that game when you have 2 HP. Just maybe be a little bit more careful. As much as we have the flank as well coming in from Afro, it seems to be undetected, and he gets the timing.
Okay, he couldn't find the flank in the pistol. Let's hope he has a better time here for fnatic's sake. Oh, but it's being held. Lucky is ready for exactly this play. Afro, he just saw them skirt away from him, and he won't find a thing on this wrap round. Lucky, no luck needed. Pure skill, mate. Him and Exercise combined for the round, and fnatic are getting churned up here on 3D Max's map pick.
Yeah, the 3 smokes remaining, pretty much a full execution, decent control taken first. They had Dark B main, dropped those smokes. You mentioned one player waiting for them, had to wait for his teammates. Bomb goes down, the low HP come back to horn them.
Yeah, and that's the problem. Technically, if he had more HP, kyuubii could have tried a slightly more aggressive line, and then you just puncture one, then you pull back, and then you make sure you have a good post-plant situation. Because he's got 2 HP, that choice is no longer viable.
Yep.
You have to play safe, you have to let 3D Max put down the smokes, and then I gotta say, they had good game sense as well, making sure that the flank on Afro was covered by Lucky.
Yeah, true. And he held it for so long as well. And that's
he only had that to do. He only had that to do because of the smokes.
Yeah, true. Good point. And it's going to have to be an eco here, at least at the very most a partial buy, I suppose. So yeah, we got 5 7s and Kevlar being purchased. They got 4 smokes. They're going to try and play this like a gun round, trying to slow it down, lock them out as long as they possibly can. It would take like a nightmare call from 3D Max to call like a set piece in the very beginning for this to really fall apart. They've just done the default.
Yeah, they haven't done that really. Like nothing points towards them making that kind of decision now. I think they've been pretty level-headed as to what to do in what circumstances, when to slow down the pace. They did that the previous round as well. So I expect pretty much of the same. You see already some of the positions on the mini-map. They're just taking control. Let's make sure that there's no push coming our way. If so, we're in ready position to punish it. Let's take our due time.
Okay then. We got the Mac 10 as well. Perfect weapon for this job. No helmets on the CT side. 4 sets of Kevlar. Afro saving up the AWP. But it ultimately means they're going to be 12-4 down. They're likely to give this round up. Be very welcome if they can somehow make this work. There's the penultimate smoke thrown in.
Or good nades as well.
Big damage to body.
And that smoke still allows 3D Max to take a little bit of a peek if they wanted to. Body's going to be flash 10, no one to receive, but they hear the sound cue. They know what's up. I guarantee you, 3D Max might just poke after this because they know information has been taken. They want to go back to the ace. That smoke might change their mind, actually.
Oh dear, poor kyuubii, man.
Oh, that's a rough one.
The nade even follows it up, slowing him down in the molly, making it a death sentence to try and cross out the backside there. Oh dear. So this pistol round, if you were hoping for anything special here, if you're a fnatic fan, it's not going to happen. Gravity lights up the remaining 2 in defense of this B site. And even though there's an early rotate from KRIMZ, he finds himself at the right place, right time.
Nice shot.
Might not come to pass. Body's wounded. Nade has just savaged KRIMZ.
Well, that's round over. At this point, saving an AK is top of the docket, but it's up to KRIMZ. We need another kill with that 5-7. Doesn't work out for him whatsoever. And that's the end of the round. Body with 10 HP. We'll leave it with Mac 10. You can't even use that next round, so it's not really a save.
I'm positively impressed by Gravity. I gotta say, I kept my eye on him when he was in the Gen 1 project.
He was at the bottom of your chart, right? In the French players?
In terms of experience, yes, definitely. He's got by far the least experience at the top level within the confines of the Frenchmen on the server. But I gotta say, he's got a very, very high headshot percentage in the duels that he takes. Also, he's spraying a lot, which means, to me, very good crosshair placement, high altitude in terms of verticality in the crosshair. He's got a good crosshair control as well. And I like some of the moves that I've been seeing from him. So this could be just a very interesting find for 3D Max. Maybe that could have been the piece they needed for a while now. Someone to just have a little bit of confidence, a little bit of hunger in their play as well. Look at this. It's only headshots. Obviously, these are not the most impressive frags to find, but still, overall, I like the consistency we're getting out of Gravity.
Wow.
And I would say Gravity is pretty consistent across the universe.
That's one across the universe. Well, maybe it is.
Well, maybe not, actually. If we get really technical,
I wouldn't say it's consistent.
It depends on the masses of the planets, actually. Exactly. The masses.
Yeah.
All right.
But there's something there. We'll workshop that one. Yeah, okay, look.
Something there.
fnatic, they saved everything for this moment. And now they've got to embark on an 8-round streak to come back. As a reminder as well, the winner of this being the first team confirmed into the playoffs. For 3D Max looking this good, that would be one hell of an upset to open up this this run.
Just to be clear, it's not like you win the group, but you're guaranteed to at least make it to the playoffs.
Yeah, exactly.
You're not winning the group.
You're locking in a playoff appearance.
That's correct.
At the culmination of this series.
And it's 16 teams out of 32 will eventually make a playoffs appearance.
Top 4 out of each group.
Very convincing first foot put forward from the 3D Max squad, especially if they get it over the line here and now. And it's looking good for that to happen.
So clean.
fnatic might not even have been in a spot where they make a dent here on Anubis. Mattis at least claims one back. Trade attempted for exercise, and kyuubii will punish him. But now they've got the info. These B players were leaving B. They were pushing in through the canals. Joko tries to take this space, slips through the CT smoke.
They must have seen him.
One from Lucky, but kyuubii holds the line with a double. And so fnatic still with some fight left in them. They've just got to close out this 3v1. And they'll manage it. Afro holding the line on that AWP. fnatic, it's 1 on their way to the 8 needed for overtime.
It's unlikely they win this. I think everyone knows that. But just making the scoreline nice and close, making it competitive and bringing
Feeling like you've warmed up a bit into the game.
Especially like kyuubii, like getting a double kill there, like he said, like it's going to help his confidence out a lot.
Yeah, that was an extremely great move from fnatic. One that we hadn't really seen so
reaction,
far.
right?
You know, a mid-round decision that follows through the kills. They had this sort of a covering each other rather towards the middle when they were pushing here in the river. That was well played from them. Crossfire is the word I was looking for.
Well, here we go. Another buy available. If the fnatic can win this round, they break through financially. So, obviously, it goes without saying every round's important at this stage, but we'll see what they can make of it. And number 18, mid-control.
Oh, God.
Denied, as Jock has to fall back. Nice incendiary. And he'll reset the round. Back we go into the default.
KRIMZ and Afro have this layered push over towards A, and KRIMZ is starting to walk out, but that just offers up the freebie, and there's no support from this AWP.
I don't think that was necessary nor warranted. There wasn't a lot of pressure on the rest of the map at the time.
No, it's been a lot of that today. A lot of unwarranted pushes. Afro pulls one back, and they have got some decent control of the B bomb site here. Mattis in a prime position. Allows kyuubii to fall back somewhat.
Because of this forward real estate, the kyuubii's kind of pulling away, going to go hold middle, right? And if you're lucky, you should be aware that you haven't had the full info for anyone crossing, so he should check for this. Oh,
no, what?
That's the worst! He must have like hit his mouse or something, man.
Yeah,
he accidentally quick switches.
He hit the bind.
Oh!
That's going to cost him the game.
That is a horrific way for this to fall apart.
Yes, indeed. It could be the end.
It should be. I think there's no way they can battle back and do this one. Retaking with the AWP, smoked off. Another smoke available.
Even though that quick switch is very ill-timed, that's not at all the story of like this map, though, right? It's been a masterclass from 3D Max. It's not like there was a world where even if fnatic took that last round convincingly, they were meant to pull this one back. They have been outmatched, outclassed, at least here on Anubis. And so they're going to have to cook up a reply on Ancient, their map pick, coming down the pipeline next. As 3D Max now sit 1 map away from confirming a spot in the playoffs. So nearly had it.